Hey everybody, welcome back. And guess what? Foreclosure filings, they say they're up 10%. Or are they? And are they up 10% in our area? Well, we're going to go over that. So I'm George Moorhead with Bentley Properties, and I've been practicing for about 30 years. We work with a number of different banks on a daily basis. So we have a little bit of insight on that. Plus, let's go through the metrics of what we're going to see through the rest of the remainder of this month, and what are we going to see through the remainder of the first quarter, or Q1. So let's hit on something really important here. So mortgage apps are up. Is it a promising start? A lot of people seem to think so. Interest rates with Fannie Mae tend to be a little bit higher. The however is, when we take a look at it, we take at this one where we see the national, foreclosure filings are up 10% in 2023. And is that going to be something we're going to hold on to? So just give me a moment here. We'll delve into that. So there's some really important metrics that are important as we go through the year in every single report. We only look at single family only. I do not do the condo or the multifamily or the vacant land report here. This is only the single family home report. If you would like the others, just let me know. We'll forward them off to you. We keep those typically for the people looking specifically at that. I would say that that arena of real estate. Multifamily is something that is just a little bit different. All right. With that being said, when we pop over and we take a look at what's happening with the Northwest MLS, what's happening with the actives on market, with pending and whatnot, and are we starting to see our early spring market start to kick up? And the answer to that is yes, we are. In fact, from December, as you see the red lines are on the right-hand side, pending sales are actually already up 8.6%. And we're starting to see a little bit of a shift. In fact, when you look at this, you can see, and as we predicted, we were going to see not many foreclosures. We were going to see a lot of buyer activity coming in when interest rates hit the 6.6%. If you go back, you'll hear us talk about that, mid-July moving forward, that you would start to see the buyers really coming out in force when we hit that threshold. And lo and behold, they did. It is very consistent of what we were seeing here. In fact, when we come back and we take a look at this, if we come in and take a look at some reporting from the Washington and Seattle real estate market.
Okay, so as we look at the Emily's report here from January 9th, you can see here again that we're seeing the interest rate as a big motivator because it dropped from 7.1% in November down to 6.61% in December. So we saw a lot of activity, as you've seen in the chart. Now, when we take a look at it, we also can see that active inventory decreased month over month while home prices edged up actually 5% year over year. CoreLogic is predicting 3.5% through 2024. We're saying it's probably going to be 4 or 5%. So we're right on target with what they're saying also. When we come down and we actually take a look at the median sales price, 16 out of the 26 counties in Washington state went up, with San Juan, King County, and Snohomish County being the front runners on, as far as the higher income and higher, I shouldn't say income necessarily, but higher appreciation from median sales price. Yes, we're down 11% year over year as far as actual closings. The however is that is also consistent and parallel to the fewer number of homes coming on market. So when we take a look at the University of Washington, Mason Verant with the Washington Center of Real Estate Research, he says inventory levels continue to be low as current owners with low mortgage rates remain reluctant to sell. Now, that's a given. Here's the however. The housing market actually went down in December. which was at 1.9%. It was 2.3% in November, but then year over year, December, it was 2.1. So we continue to drop the inventory, and a lot of that is because we saw the interest rates go from 7.1% down to 6.61%, and that sparked a number of the buyers coming out. If you look at some of our prior shows, you will hear us talk about when the rates hit 6.61%, a lot of those buyers are going to come out, and we absolutely saw that.
All right, so one thing, all right, so I made one mistake. At the bottom, it wasn't 1.9 or 1.9% or 2.3%, was 1.9 months of inventory and 2.3 months of inventory. And then, of course, November or last year, December was 2.1 months of inventory. So we've continued to draw down that inventory. Even when we take a look at our new construction, when we pop over here, take a look at this. So our new construction period are already up 25%. It's super interesting. When you take a look at this video right here, I did a quick shoot video just to give you a chart. Here's the thing. We started off at 6.13%. We ended the year at 6.67%. You can see how the numbers actually came together so that when we are taking a look at all of the transition of new construction, when we started to see higher interest rates, we started seeing a gap, lower pricing and whatnot. As the lower interest rates came back into play, everything as far as pricing and whatnot also came back together again. Again, interest rates are holding probably the biggest difference out of all of the abilities to impact next to inventory itself. All right, moving on. So when we come back and we take a look at bank owned, hey, listen, bank owned is super straightforward. It says, that, hey, we've got 35% increase in inventory rate. That answer is technically not accurate. Why? Because we have our wall of shame still. Different people this time, but still, technically, there's only 9 homes difference between the two, which is about 21%, which that shows you how small those numbers are. Hey, listen, if you want to talk about what's going to be a big deal, look, if you're living in New Jersey, if you're in Illinois, if you're in the Delaware, if you're in Maryland, Ohio, South Carolina, Florida, Connecticut, or even Indiana, all right, then you would have a little bit higher foreclosure rate, but we're not seeing it here at all. In fact, again, we are one of the top sweet spots across the United States, and therefore they don't even discount REOs here. They do paperwork and vinyl, boom, they put it back on the market, they put it on at market value, and they get them sold. Why? Because we do not have enough inventory. Hands down. So what is one of the biggest contributors to this? Well, the biggest right now is going to be interest rates. So if you want super absolute awesome and accurate information, hey, make sure you subscribe, take a look at the channel, take a look at everything that we do. You'll see that our accuracy, well, it is absolutely off the chart, which leads me to the next video. When we take a look at Freddie Mac's financing at 6.6%, hey, listen, there's a video that we did and we update occasionally. The information is still the same. We just keep it more interest rate related. 5 questions you must ask when getting quoted mortgage loans with mortgage loan rates. Why? Super simple. Look, there's a lot of marketing that is out there to attract you. And some of it is, well, pretty compelling. But you have to look at the 5 different questions because then it roots out really what is it. We had a client that was like, oh my gosh, I can get like almost 5.5%. I said, sure. That's a $250,000 mortgage balance. You have to have a 780 credit score. You have to put down 50%. Who couldn't do that? Anyway, that's the thing that you have to pay attention when you're looking at it. Some of them are county by county specific. As an example, as we take a look at this chart, Look at this. So on the left-hand side, this is for King County only. And of course, it's only accurate as of January 12th at 1:10 p.m. Central Time. But you can see the rates at 6.375. And then, of course, you see there's a cost. That's a discount point. That's a cost to get there. So they're buying down the rate, not uncommon, right? On the right-hand side, current rates, right, at 6.25. They're not giving their approximate cost, but you can extrapolate that out by what's the actual APR down below. And then, of course, last week was 6.375. So you can see that we've actually got a pretty good continuous path in a downward direction with mortgage rates. And that's why we're seeing a lot of people come down or come out, I should say, and start looking at homes. But here's the thing, right? Okay. Simple buy downs get you, the first buy down typically will get you a pretty good rate at a nominal cost. I don't see rates delving back into the mid fives, but maybe briefly. I think they're going to stay in the mid fives or mid sixes to low sixes, and bobble back and forth, depending on how reports go. Yes, the feds, which affect your home equity line of credit, your HELOCs, your credit cards, mortgage interest rates, commercial lending, which is the big one that we're worried about. And then, of course, what banks lend to on a daily basis, what that rate is. Then the banks, put their profit on top of that. Super simple, not trying to get too awfully technical with it. They just don't they do not control what mortgage rates are. That is actually done in the stock market with your mortgage-backed securities and whatnot. All right. So with that, if you have any questions and wanting to know what's going to happen, as we progress, feel free to ask. The rest of Q1 is going to be just like what we're seeing right now. We're going to see inventory starting to drizzle down. We will see some homes coming on market. I don't see a massive influx like what we have seen in last spring markets. I think we're going to see a modest increase. We do have what's called the golden handcuffs. The golden handcuffs, those are the people with, the super low 2% mortgage rates that, just feel that they're stuck. But people will be making a move regardless of interest rate. Family dynamics come into play. People will be making moves, relocations and whatnot, and those we will see coming online. If you're expecting a massive influx of foreclosures, go to a different state because you're not going to see them here. Anyway, with that, I will see you on the next video. And remember to smash that subscribe button. Let's have some fun, ask questions. In the meantime, I will see you later and have an absolutely fabulous weekend. Take care.